And Congressman Greg Murphy issued a statement supporting the Trump administration's military action in Iran. He says the U.S. has been too soft on Iran for too long and that it's time for action. Murphy warns that if Iran gets nuclear weapons, its leaders would use them against Israel, the United States, and other countries. He points to the recent killings of thousands of Iranians by their own government as proof that they don't care about human life. The congressman also says the Trump administration tried to get Iran to negotiate and make a deal, but Iran kept stalling and refused to work with the U.S. while it pursued nuclear weapons. Murphy says America can't let that happen. He argues this isn't about politics, as both Democratic and Republican presidents have had the same concerns about Iran. Murphy backs the administration's approach of being strong and pursuing peace and asks that people pray for the safety